If you're hearing this message right now, it's not an accident. You were meant to hear this. Now listen carefully. And I mean carefully. Do not skip anything I'm about to say. Everything connects. And if you miss even a few seconds, you'll miss the entire truth that could change your life. I'm going to share 4 hidden truths with you today. These truths have been kept from seniors, from people who've given decades to building the world we now live in. And yet, no one's telling you what's really going on. But I will, because I care. The 4th truth is the darkest, the most concerning one. And it's the truth that matters to your life from now onward. If you miss that 4th truth, you'll regret it, because by the time it becomes obvious to everyone else, it'll be too late to prepare. So stay with me. Don't skip, don't scroll, and don't leave. Every second matters. And before we go any further, I want to ask you something important. Where are you listening from right now? Drop the name of your city in the comments below. I want to see seniors from across this country and across the world speaking up, because this message matters to every one of us. And if you agree that people deserve to know the truth, hit the like button right now. That one action helps more people hear what I'm about to reveal. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any valuable information I share. Now, let's begin with the first hidden truth. There's a quiet shift happening in the world. It's not on the news, it's not in your newspapers, but you feel it, don't you? The world you knew, the one that made sense, it's fading. And most seniors don't even realize it's happening right under their noses. Here's the first hidden truth. The systems you trusted are no longer built to protect you. They're built to replace you. I'm not talking about conspiracy. I'm talking about design, technology, policies, even communication itself. They've all been quietly rewritten to prioritize efficiency over humanity. You've noticed how banks are closing local branches, how customer service means talking to an AI that doesn't care if you understand, how your doctor's appointments are on screens, not in rooms. It's not progress, it's distance. And that distance is growing between humans and the systems they once trusted. This isn't an accident. It's a quiet restructuring, a redesign of dependency. Because when people rely fully on systems, they stop relying on each other. And when we stop relying on each other, we become manageable, predictable, and silent. That's why so many seniors today feel invisible, unheard, undervalued, and unseen. It's not your imagination. You've been strategically moved out of the center of influence, the place you once held proudly. Now ask yourself this. If the world can make those who've built it feel unnecessary, what does that say about where we're headed? That's the first truth. The system doesn't protect you anymore. It protects itself. But here's what most people don't realize. You still have time. Not much, but enough to wake up, to reconnect, and to prepare. And I'll show you how by the end of this message. Because in the final truth, I'll tell you what's coming and what you can do right now to protect yourself and your family from it. So please don't go anywhere.
The next truth builds on this one, and it'll explain why the silence is spreading faster than ever before. Before we go deeper, I want you to think about this. When was the last time you actually took one day, just one, to plan out what really matters, to review your habits, your goals, your relationships, your purpose? That's why I always tell people, especially those in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, to use something like the 31-day daily high-impact planner. It's not about productivity. It's about direction. Because when the world moves fast, clarity becomes your greatest protection. You can't control the chaos outside, but you can strengthen the order within. So write this down somewhere. Preparation is protection. That's not just a saying, it's survival. Now, here's something you should ask yourself tonight before you sleep. If everything I depend on stopped working tomorrow, how ready am I really? That question alone separates those who will thrive from those who will be caught unprepared. And as you think about that, I want you to comment below. I choose to stay awake, or I'm ready to prepare. Pick one. Let me know which one resonates with you right now, because by the time we reach the final truth, you'll understand why you made that choice today. Stay with me. The next truth The one I'll share next reveals why seniors are being quietly silenced and how the silence is reshaping the world you thought you knew. And trust me, what I'll say next will explain a lot of the strange things you've been noticing lately. If you felt a chill listening to what I said earlier, that wasn't fear. That was recognition. Something deep within you knows what I'm saying is true. You felt it in small ways, moments where the world just doesn't seem to listen anymore, moments where your voice doesn't echo the way it used to. And that brings us to the second hidden truth. This one explains why seniors are being quietly silenced and what's really behind it. But before I share this, let me remind you, don't skip anything I say next. If you miss one connection here, the fourth truth, the most important truth, would make sense later. Here it is. The second hidden truth. The second hidden truth is that silence has become the new control. You see, the world no longer silences people by force. It does it through distraction, through the constant flood of noise that drowns out wisdom. You've probably noticed conversations used to mean something. People listened and reflected. Now it's all scrolling, swiping, reacting, not understanding. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern, a silent strategy. Because when attention is scattered, truth can hide in plain sight. And those who've lived the longest, who remember how things used to be, are the biggest threat to that noise. You, the people who can connect dots others don't even see, that's why your stories aren't being amplified anymore. That's why your wisdom isn't trending online. It's not because it doesn't matter. It's because it matters too much. The system wants a generation that forgets, not one that reminds. A generation that consumes, not one that questions. A generation that follows, not one that leads. And that's exactly why your voice, yes, your voice, has been turned down. Now, let me ask you something from the heart.
When was the last time someone asked you what you think about the future? When was the last time someone really listened when you spoke about what matters? I want you to answer that in the comments right now. Be honest with me. It's been too long, or I'm ready to speak again. Write one of those, because your words will remind others that they're not alone in feeling unseen. Now listen carefully. This silence is not just emotional, it's structural. Every major communication system, from online platforms to news broadcasts, is being optimized for reaction, not reflection. The algorithms don't promote wisdom, they promote conflict. They don't amplify calm truth, they amplify loud lies. And guess which voices disappear first in a world built on short attention? The ones that take time to understand, the ones that come with depth, the ones that carry history. That's why so many seniors feel irrelevant today. But that's a lie, because your silence is not natural, it's engineered. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I spoke with a retired engineer from Michigan, a man who helped build the electrical grids that power millions of homes today. He told me that when he tried sharing his insights online about how fragile our infrastructure has become, no one noticed. No one cared. No one even saw it. But a video about a celebrity dog had millions of views. And that's when he realized it's not about truth anymore. It's about distraction. And distraction is how they win. That's what you're up against, a world where silence isn't demanded, it's designed. But here's what they didn't expect. They didn't expect people like you to wake up. They didn't expect the generation that built everything to start paying attention again. So I want you to remember this line. When you start speaking again, the silence begins to crumble. Don't underestimate the power you have. And I mean this sincerely. It's time to use it. Start small. Call someone younger today. Share something you've learned, something you wish you'd known sooner, and write it down. Because silence only grows when you stop sharing what's inside you. Now, I want to give you something practical again.
Remember the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier? This is exactly where it comes in. Use it to plan your voice. One message, one insight, one reflection each day. Because the truth is, the world doesn't need more noise. It needs your wisdom organized. And when your wisdom becomes consistent, people start to notice again. So use it as a quiet weapon, a daily structure to take back your focus and your voice. But let me be honest with you. The reason I'm urging this so strongly is because time is running out. There's something coming that will make this silence feel permanent if we don't act now. And I'll show you what that is before this message ends. And you'll understand why no one is talking about it and how it's already reshaping everything from money to medicine to meaning itself. But before we get there, you need to understand one more hidden truth. A truth that explains how this silence is being deepened through the very things that make our lives easier. It's subtle, it's hidden, but it's everywhere. And once I tell you, you'll start seeing the pattern too. So whatever you do, don't go anywhere. Don't skip. Don't let this fade into the background, because if the first truth showed you the structure and the second truth showed you the silence, the next one will show you the mechanism behind it all.
And only then will the final truth, the darkest truth, make complete sense. You've noticed it, haven't you? The world is getting quieter, not because people have less to say, but because comfort has become the new control. That's the third hidden truth no one dares to talk about. We were told technology would set us free, that it would give us more time, more connection, more life. But what if I told you it was doing the opposite? What if I told you that every step toward comfort has been one step deeper into silence? Think about it. When was the last time you made a decision without a screen telling you what's best? When is the last time you trusted your instincts instead of an algorithm? Drop your honest answer in the comments. Let's see how many of you still feel that inner voice. Share your comment, "I still decide for myself," or "I'm starting to see it now." Because here's the truth, most don't want to face. The devices that promise freedom are quietly teaching obedience. Every notification trains a reflex. Every convenience trains dependence. It's not a conspiracy, it's design. And who benefits most when people stop thinking for themselves? Not you, not your family, not the communities that built this nation. It's those who've learned that silence is the easiest population to manage. I've seen the data. I've seen the patterns. Seniors, you are being targeted differently. They call it digital inclusion. But what it really means is digital dependence. Your habits, your voice, your time, all mapped, all predictable, all controllable. Does that sound familiar? Comment below if you've noticed how every new smart device somehow takes away another piece of your freedom. Share your comment. Yes, I've seen it, or it's happening fast. We were not made to live inside screens. We were made to build, to think, to love, to question. But technology has wrapped all those things in comfort. So you don't even notice what's being taken away until it's gone. That's how silence spreads, not by force, but by convenience. People stop speaking up because they think they're being heard through likes, views, and shares. But attention isn't voice. It's a trade. Your time for their control. Look at what's happening across the world. Seniors being told to go paperless for safety, cash disappearing in the name of progress, healthcare systems running on algorithms that decide who gets care first. And every time you question it, you're labeled as resistant, old-fashioned, or uninformed. But maybe the ones they call old-fashioned are the last ones who still remember what real freedom feels like. Do you see the pattern now? The comfort they offer comes with quiet strings attached. The easier it gets, the less you notice what you're losing. And here's something I need you to really hear. When voices of wisdom go silent, civilizations forget how to survive. That's why this silence matters more than anyone realizes. Because you, the generation that remembers, are the ones they're trying hardest to quiet. They don't want you to pass down discernment. They want you to pass down dependence.
But that's exactly why you must not stop speaking. That's why the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier is a weapon against quiet conditioning. It's a reminder to think again, to plan consciously, to take back your rhythm from the machines that are learning you better than you know yourself. Start using it daily, because the more conscious you become, the harder it becomes for systems to control you. Tell me in the comments if you started using it and how it's changed your days so far. Share your comments. It's helping me stay aware, or I'm starting today. Now, listen closely. If the first truth revealed how information is being shaped, and the second truth showed how your voice is being silenced, this third truth explains why it's happening, quietly through comfort. But the next truth, the one I'll share soon, is different. It's not about silence. It's not even about control. It's about what all of this is preparing the world for. And most people, even the ones watching right now, have no idea what's coming. So don't miss what I'm about to tell you next. Because the fourth truth is the most dangerous, the most hidden, and the most time-sensitive. No one else will say it, because once you know it, you can't unsee it. And once you understand what's coming, you'll realize why time is running out to prepare and protect yourself and your family. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just another hidden truth. It's the one that ties everything together, the one they never wanted you to see. You've seen how information has been shaped. You've seen how voices have been silenced. You've seen how comfort became control. But the fourth truth is what all of that was preparing the world for. This is the most dangerous truth of all, because once you understand it, you'll never look at this world the same way again. Here it is. The system being built is not just after your freedom, it's after your essence. It's not content with what you do. It wants to decide who you are. Everything that's been created, from the way your data is tracked to the way your choices are predicted, has been slowly weaving together a network designed to replace one thing: human discernment. The goal isn't just to control actions, it's to remove the need to think. Because when people stop thinking deeply, they stop feeling deeply. And when they stop feeling, they stop living. This isn't science fiction. This is happening now across nations. Systems are merging finance, health, identity, and technology into one global structure that promises safety, security, and ease. But ease comes at a price: obedience. I want to ask you something.
When was the last time you read something without being told what to believe about it first? When was the last time you trusted your instinct before you checked what everyone else thought online? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's be honest with ourselves. Share your comment: I still think for myself, or I want to start seeing again, because here's the truth. Seniors like you are the last generation that remembers a world before full dependence. You remember when human connection was real, not coded. When a handshake meant trust, not verification. That memory is your power, and that's exactly what this hidden system is trying to erase. Have you noticed how everything that gives you independence is being replaced by something digital? Cash, gone. Personal choice, automated. Freedom of opinion, marked as misinformation. Even your attention, the most human thing you own, is being harvested, analyzed, and fed back to you as a version of reality that keeps you quiet, comfortable, and compliant. And yet, here's the part no one will say aloud. This isn't just about control. It's about replacing the spirit that questions. If they can silence your will, they can shape your world. If they can predict your next move, they can prevent your awakening. That's why this message had to find you now, because time is running out to remember what it means to live with awareness, to choose consciously, to prepare, to protect what's still real. Do you feel it? That quiet sense that something massive is shifting? That isn't fear. That's truth trying to wake you up. This is why I keep saying, use your 31-day daily high-impact planner, not just to organize your days, but to take them back, to decide for yourself again, to write down what you think, what you feel, what you believe before the systems decided for you. Each page is a small act of rebellion. Each decision you make consciously weakens their control. Because what's coming next, most people aren't ready for it. They're not prepared for a world where human choice becomes an illusion. But you can be. Here's what will happen if people don't wake up. They'll wake one morning and realize they've traded freedom for comfort. They'll realize their decisions, finances, and movements are no longer theirs. And they'll wonder when the silence began, never realizing it started when they stopped questioning. But you're different.
You're awake now. You've heard what others won't say. You've seen the pattern no one was supposed to notice. This truth matters because you still have time, but not much. Prepare. Strengthen your mind. Reconnect with your community. Reclaim your routines. Teach others what's being hidden before it's too late. Because the darkest truth isn't that control is coming. It's that control is already here. And yet light always breaks through the cracks of awareness. That's why this message found you now, not by chance, but by timing. You were meant to hear this. You were chosen to see what others overlook, and now you carry the responsibility to share it. Before this video ends, do one thing. Like it so it reaches more seniors who need to hear this right now, and subscribe with the bell on, because in my next message, I'll reveal what this hidden system is transforming into and how you can stay free within it. No one else will tell you what's coming next, but I will, because you deserve to know the truth. Every senior deserves to hear this hidden truth right now. Check my playlist for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.